Hi everyone. Super happy to be back with you today for a new episode after a summer break slash moving back to France break. It took a wee while, a bit longer than I could expect, and that's okay. It's the reason why we are creating this life, and can make the time for our family and our needs first, without feeling rushed or pressured. In the doing. So I'm really great to be here and to share human design knowledges with you again. I hope that everyone has a great summer. I definitely enjoy my hot French summer after 6 months in Scotland. And summer always come with a lot of questioning, especially holidays. Uh, Always make you face certain situation, just your life. Or it can be like spending time alone or spending a lot of time closer to family, um, facing conditioning. And yeah, it can bring sometimes a lot of conflict. And there is a lot of breakup happening after summer. And it all goes with the, back to work slash back to school. And it's bring a lot of stress, actions, emotions, and tears. I have a lot to share about this today. So to start fresh, I thought that it would be a good idea to give you 7 practical tools to live authentically and to really be back to yourself, to center yourself. So I want to share practical tools and examples, of course, like usual, um, solution that you can pick in your own design to help you to come back to yourself, to your true nature, to listen the little message that the body is sending you, and that we don't necessarily listen um, when it's you know, hidden by the doing. So I hope that it will bring awareness to you on your emotional blockages, to be able to recalibrate your life, to live out your purpose, to explore your full potentials, to create the life you desire. And of course, I will share a lot of my personal experience after just few weeks in France and all what it brought to me and my family. So we are in September. Autumn is almost there, at least in Europe. And this time is really for, introspection, to reflect. And yeah, we're still in the lot of action happening, but it's really coming to a time to look inside and reflect. So this will always allow you to live your own life instead of living other people's life, the conditioned life. And of course, for people who listen me from the South Hemisphere, you can tap into those tools, keys, at any time, because it's about coming back to you, to your higher self, to your true self, the person you really want to be. So let's start with the first key I wanted to share with you. And of course, the first thing we look at in your design, it's your energy type. So how your energy is working for you. Are you a generator, a manifestor generator, a projector, a manifestor, or a reflector? If you don't know your design, feel free to contact me. I can send you a chart, a detailed chart for free. Basically, your chart is based on your date, time, and place of birth, and generate a body graph. And your energy type is basically here to tell you how your energy work, and we are not here to do the same thing. The perfect cycle, the manifestor are here to initiate, only them. Who is trying to initiate and is not a manifestor? Probably a lot. um yeah. When you initiate and it's not your energy type, it's not your strategy, um, it creates a lot of blockages and resistance in your life. We'll come back to it. Generator slash manifestor generator are here to respond to those 10% manifestor, but they are here to build and to master their work, while the projector, 20% of the population, are here to guide us, and the reflector, less of 1% of the population, is reflecting on all that. This is the perfect cycle. Everyone has his own place. So it's really about identifying what is correct for you and not try to be someone. So the first thing to recenter yourself is really to understand how your energy type works for you. And from your energy type, there is a lot of other things who are directly linked. So I started to talk about the strategy in your design. Your strategy is how you're going to attract what is correct for you. It's how you're going to interact with the world with the least resistance. And of course, you can always force it. No problem. You will just meet more resistance and create an unhealthy pattern and disease. It's always the good path for you if you follow your strategy. So the generator are here to respond. Does it mean it's responding to everything that's happening around you? Listening a podcast, seeing something on the newspaper, seeing something in the street, you can respond to it with your decision-making process. We will see that the next point. The projector need to be invited and recognized, and it can be a bit long sometimes. The manifestor can initiate, as I was saying, instead of the generator who wants to initiate. We have 70% of the population who are generator and have been taught that it's good to initiate. No, only 10% of the population can, the manifestor. And the reflector is going to have to wait and learn about the lunar cycle. So are you in the correct energy? Are you trying to force things? Are you waiting for the invitation? Or then are you initiating? You have to understand that life is really happening for you and your aura is doing the work. So let it be. The generator has an open and enveloping aura, so things come to you naturally. The projector has a absorb and focus aura. They don't have the sacral energy of the generator, so they are going to need more rest, more time in their own aura, and more they are going to recognize themselves, more it's going to help others to recognize them and invite them. The manifestor has a repelling aura and can be not really nice at first, but it's really to protect them. And the reflector have this sampling energy, so if something is wrong around them, they are gonna feel it. And a lot of sickness and stress are coming from not respecting your energetic type. As I was saying, the projector, but also the other non-sacral being the manifestor and the reflector, are not here to work like generator. Their sacral center is open, so they are going to take energy of other and amplify. They are going to want to try to keep up with the generator, but they cannot. The projector who is working 9 to 5 all week long can have the tendency to be sick all the time. I have a specific client in mind, but they are not here to do. They are here to guide. It doesn't mean they cannot do things, but just the energy works differently. They are really more efficient, so they can do in 2 hours what a generator is going to do in a full day. It's really just about understanding their way to work in a more efficient way, and they're gonna need break and more, maybe a nap, and maybe just time alone to get rid of others' generator energy. Um, and the burnout is not just for the non-sacral being, it's also for the generator, manifestor generator, with this sacral center defined, because they don't use it necessarily properly. Are you a generator who are trying to multitask like a manifestor generator? I see that a lot in session, and it's create a lot of frustration, um, and a lot of burnout behind. So, a good way to see if you are aligned with your design is to test your generator. A generator, are you frustrated as you're in your job as a generator? Do you find success as a projector in your job? Or do you find peace as a manifestor? Those are the signature for your energetic type in human design. And it's a good indication to tell you if you are on the right path for you or not. So it's just really about understanding how your energy work and where you can implement changes, and can be difficult to imagine that it can be changed easily, but it's really about bringing the awareness. The second key I would like to share with you, it's about the decision-making process. So after knowing your energy type and your strategy, we look at your authority. Your authority is the best way for you to make aligned decision that you have the energy for and who are going to lead you on the right path for you. There is a lot of different authority: emotional, sacral, splenic, ego, self-projected, mental, moon authority. I'm just going to share a few examples here. Emotional authority. If you have an emotional authority, there is no truth in the moment for you. It means that you're going to experience big waves of emotion, the high and the low, and you need to wait that the wave passes to find the clarity. It's a slip-only decision process. So it's about not making decision in the now, to not react to your emotional wave, because it won't lead you to a nice experience. But human design is all about experimenting. Try it and you will tell me. Because if you have an emotional authority, it means that your solar plexus is defined in your chart, colored in your chart. And the conditioning here is to react to your emotion instead of letting pass the wave. And 50% of the population has an emotional authority. And have you noticed how many people are reacting quite strongly in life? Yes. You know what I mean. So it's really, are you making decision in the now, like a sacral authority will do? We live in a society where everything has to be now. And there is a lot of potential conditioning here, because if you have an emotional authority, it's allowing yourself to say to someone who put pressure on you to make a decision, basically, let me come back to you. Or, okay, I will think about it. Allows you also to change your mind, because you can be at the top of your wave and feel really excited, but then maybe in a few hours you will be like, no, actually I don't want to do that anymore. And that's okay. Uh, Another example of authority, because the splenic authority. The splenic authority is knowing instantly that what is correct for you. It's really the internal voice of your body speaking for you. Like, you need to turn right instead of turning left, and you learn later that there was an accident on the left road. And recently I had a client who asked me a session, and I always ask for the intention to before starting a session. And person said that she would like to learn how to be more spontaneous in your life. And she has a splenic authority. And it was really for her to understand and to listen, the message of our body, because it's a physical experience happening for her in her body. And it's something that she need to pay attention. And she have been in her life not have been told like, oh, this is nonsense, like, and not trusting what she was saying, because sometimes it's out of nowhere, but it's really about trusting this spontaneous moment your body is telling you. You have to listen because it doesn't repeat itself. For all the authorities decision-making process, I invite you to listen the previous episode about it. The third key is about emotion. How do you manage your emotion? That's a big subject. We just talk about the authorities. If you have an emotional authority, it means that your solar plexus is defined, as I said. So you're going to experience big waves of emotion. Okay. If you have an open solar plexus in your chart, white, not color, it means you don't have a consistent access to its energy. And you are very likely to be conditioned by other people's emotion, as you are taking their emotion and amplify it by 200%. So it's very painful. I've been there. Except when you start to understand how your emotion works. So being aware of your emotional energy are absolutely important in our world. Let me give you an example with our daughter who just studying the forest school in France. And of course, this is an example with my daughter, but you can apply it with your partner, colleague, boss, parents, anyone. So my daughter has a solar plexus defined, big emotion, and she's really here to express our emotion. She excels at it. So we just moved to France, new house, new country, new languages, new friends. Quite intense for 3 years old when she already have been through that by moving from New Zealand to Scotland, and then now from Scotland to France in just a few months. There is it's a lot, quite intense for her, and a lot of adults will have been more disturbed probably. Anyway, she have been struggling with the separation when dropping her at the school. So normal, big crisis every morning, asking every single day to go to the forest school to see her friends, super happy to go, but the separation was very difficult. My solar plexus is open. I'm taking her emotion and amplifying it. Absolutely painful for me. My lesson here is to not take it personally. And, the conditioning will have been to try to avoid that pain, to try to stop her emotion and to reduce it, absolutely. But I cannot suppress it. She needs to live a full range of emotion, and try to suppress it will hurt her more than the emotion is doing. And of course, I don't want my child is suffering. I really feel her pain. But I'm not here to suppress it. I'm here to support her and let her pass the wave and live her big emotion. And she will adjust when she finds clarity, when she's in the low. It passed very fast, but she needs to live that. And telling her not to cry or not to scream is not gonna help her. She has a channel 35, 36. So the solar plexus, emotion center, is linked to her throat center. She's here to express her emotion, and she does it very loudly. When she come back from school, she have been not being able to communicate properly because of the new language. So I can feel she's a manifestor generator. I can feel the frustration and the anger. So we just she's frustrated and angry to not be able to communicate properly. I can really feel it. And at home, we have only, when she came back, I could feel that. So we were just screaming out and dancing it. And it was allowing herself to express her emotion, what she was not able to do so far, because she only reply in English. She understands absolutely everything in French, but just reply in English so far. Just supporting her, telling her I'm here for her when she needs, and not trying to suppress it, because the conditioning is, avoiding the truth, avoiding the conflict. So it works with your boss, your partner, any people of your family. 50% of the population has an open center, emotional center. So they don't want to feel the pain of others. That's, I totally understand. But you need to identify what belongs to you or not. And of course, according to our design, everyone has a unique way of releasing the emotion. And it's what we explore in a session. The fourth key tool that I wanted to share with you, and who is available in your design, is your environment. So are you in the correct environment for you? We all have a unique environment, a unique place that open up all the possibilities for us and our potential. It's not a location, it's really a place that nurture you, your well-being, and that re-energize you, that nurture your effectiveness to live out your purpose, and can actually heal you. There is 6 different environments with 2 variants each time. So the first one is cave, market, kitchen, mountain, valley, and shore. Finding your environment will really allow you to take all the advantage that are inherent to your design and live with less resistance. So, for example, if you're a cave person and you work in an open space, it's not going to work very well for you. The cave person needs to control the environment, one access to the room, and know being able to control the cave is the first one. It's like the first line profile, with the need of security to thrive in life. So open space maybe are not right. I'm sure environment. So living, spending time near the water is definitely healing me. And for me, it's really about being on the edge all the time, and see what's happening beyond. I can see the mountain from here and the valley, and it's pretty beautiful. But it's, for me, being into between 2 languages, or, we are in a town, but just near the forest. And we have been looking for a house to buy. So I definitely take that into our condition, and also my partner environment, which is mountain. So perspective and hill, being able to see perspective and large view is really important for its design. Something you need to consider too in your environment, if it's your passive or active environment. So your environment is one of the top arrow around your head center, and it's the left bottom arrow. So depending if on the right or on the left, you are passive or active environment. It's really important to take in consideration in your job, of course, and even the sport you can do. Like are you very active physically in your job, and then you have a passive environment, maybe it's not ideal. I'm thinking about sport because we are in September and everyone is starting back to go to gym or to register their kids for a special activity. So I really do suggest to look at if you or your children are active or passive environment. I'm passive environment. I'm the observer, and I cannot keep up with my daughter and partner as they are active environment. I don't do as much they do, and that's okay. No guilt. Everyone has different needs. So yeah, do you know your environment? And I'm really inviting you to discover it. I have 2 special episodes about it too, if you want to go deeper. The 5th tools practical key that I wanted to share with you is about digestion, aka determination in your design. So it's also part of the 4th transformational arrow, and it's absolutely huge and essential in your design. This is the top left arrow near the head center in your chart. Your digestion allows you to digest food and life easily. It's not about what you eat, we can see that to other places, but instead which condition or circumstances you are eating. So what is your color? Appetite, taste, thirst, touch, sound, light. Digestion will make you, following your digestion, will make you physically healthy and will set the boundaries for the rest of who you are. You see how important is that? It's not just about feeding yourself correctly, because it also represents your brain. You are feeding your brain to take advantage of your full potential and navigate successfully in life. Food is one of the most conditioning part of our society. For example, my daughter is a daytime eater, light eater. And if I had followed the rules at the maternity, they wanted me to wake her up to feed her every 2 hours, to breastfeed her. There was no way I was doing that. It will have been a massive conditioning for her. She will not have eaten properly. She will have a lot of discomfort, and it would not have been useful for her growth, because it's a brain, once again. I think I already shared this example too, but one of my clients was really ashamed of her kids, because he was always moving around while eating, and we have been told to stay seated, and yes, it's not for everyone. Has never stopped. He needed to move while eating. It was the way he was staying healthy, and because he was forced to stay seated on the table, he was not eating at all. Another example with high sound. If you have a high sound color, you need noises around you. You need to eat in a coffee. You need to listen music, watching TV. One of my clients was fighting for dinner with us all the time. She accepted it to let it eat in front of the TV. He started to eat, and they find peace on the table. And yeah, it can look like not nice to not eat together, but I prefer my son eat properly according to his needs, to force him and not being healthy. So yeah, this is few examples that I wanted to share with you. You can also see in your design if it's okay for you to snack all day long, has a passive digestion, or if you need more regular meal, has an active digestion. It feeds your brain. This is, if you have only 3 things to follow in your design: your strategy, your authority, and your digestion. Very important. The 6th key that I wanted to share with you now is about your health. My favorite topics ever. Listening to the messages of your body, using the intelligence of your body, your design, to change the behavior and old pattern that don't serve you. The old belief that I'm not serving you anymore at all. Mostly, they really don't belong to you. As you know, if you have followed me for a while, every pain, disease, illness is your body urging you to reach the next stage in your life, the next level of consciousness and wellness. So when you are in pain, your body is not using its power. It's living by other rules or condition life basically. And your design represents your energy centers, and some specific gates are very linked to your specific organ. And I'm here to help you to map your biology with your biography. Means that I'm showing you how the events of your life affect your health and well-being. Your body messages are really here to help you to unlock emotional blockages, to release that conditioning, to invite you to recalibrate your life. Let me give you a few examples. The root center is linked with the adrenal gland, and this center is a pressure center, a stress center. On the long term, stress affects your health and your immune system. So the emotional blockage behind are linked to family beliefs, the old pattern. And one of my clients has adrenal fatigue and a lot of unfinished business with a family member who still have control over her. We brought over awareness. If you can create your pain, you can decreate too. And it's always about looking at the root cause, and it's what I'm here to decode it for you. A more personal example. Over the past few weeks, I have experienced some pain in my right foot. Moving forward in life, standing on my foot by myself, unable to feel really grounded, and making all those changes, moving to France. It was huge, intense, and I have the tools to ground myself. I look at my design. This is in the root center again. What gate do I have? What strength do I have? What support me? There is specific food and specific herbs and specific essential oils or crystal that you can use to support your root center. A lot of spices actually for the root center too. I have a specific episode on the root center if you want to look at it on a deeper level. Another example that I would like to share with you, because I see that a lot in session, it's low back pain. The sacral center, or the life force energy, is linked to the pain. The sacral center, the life force energy, is linked to the back pain, especially on the lower level. So what external lives are controlling you? It's all about money. And before coming back to France, I had few low back pain too, and my body was holding all program that I had in my life when I was in France. I was moving back to France, but not with a safe 9 to 5 job. But actually, when I listened the message and I recognized the pattern that I was using, the program I was using, but now I can choose another program, and I choose to thank my body. But I choose to trust life, and we absolutely have everything we need. Money is energy. Money comes to us exactly when we need it. Through session, my partner had been offered a job as soon as we arrived. It's about trusting that everything comes to you, and it's made the link with all that I say previously. It's following your authority, your strategy. It's leads you exactly at the right place. So our beliefs create our reality. Um, so it's just about changing your beliefs, and yeah, it can take a bit of time, but if your body is sending you the message, is that it's ready to get released. I have a special episode about the sacral center too, if you want to explore that. And the last key that I want to share with you, it's about your profile, human design profile. The profile is the superhero cape that you wear to fulfill your life mission. It's the role you have in this world, what you are here to do and be. So it's composed with two lines, your conscious line and your unconscious line. There is 12 profile, 1 3, 1 4, 2 4, 2 5, 3 5, 3 6, 4 1, 4 6, 5 1, 5 2, 6 2, 6 3. The first line is the investigator, the authority who needs foundation and security. The second line, the hermit, is the natural who needs me time. The third line is a martyr who is here to experience living through a lot of trial and error. Fourth line is the opportunist who thrives in his network. Fifth line is a healer bringing practical solution. The sixth line is a role model, the wise teacher. And understanding your design will allow you to come back to your true self and not playing someone else's role, accepting yourself truly and respecting your needs. For example, the fourth line, need its network. It's essential. Trying to sell practical solution as a fifth line will not benefit from it. The fifth line, it's meant for a bigger audience, larger community, not the little group of friends around them. I'm a fifth line. And before knowing my design, I felt rejected. My entire childhood is about this. I didn't feel I was belonging to a group with which we have been taught, like having friends since you're a child and staying with the same friends. It haven't been my childhood at all, and I feel absolutely rejected from it. It led me a lot of conditioning and choosing bad relationship and very bad choices in my life. And understanding that as a fifth line, people come to me in my aura, manifestor generator, I attract exactly the right person. They come to me for what they need because there is a lot of projection on the fifth line, and they come and go. It's mostly stranger, and it's absolutely fine. I have friends everywhere in the world, and I can connect with you anytime. And I don't need to have this little circle around me. And my daughter is a fifth line too, and her going back to school brought back so much of my own trauma, because how she was not speaking French yet. She had been a bit rejected by one of the girl at school, and it's I have the tool to help her to go through that and not putting my own story on her, my own trauma. She is not me, and I know how to support her with her design and reinforce our strengths. Another example to finish. Um, I have a client with a 6-line profile, and she always felt on the margin in life, like failing all the time, because she was going through the process of trial and error. But these trial and error are essential for her, and it's how she understands who she is and what works for her or not to become wise about it, in her last part of life, where she is now. And now she can become the wise teacher. She's on the roof. That's it for the key that I wanted to share with you. So as you see, it's really about awareness, allowance, acceptance, and alternative, the 4 A's of life. Awareness on your design, of your emotion, allowance to feel that way, acceptance that the situation is only for you, and alternative to choose differently, to let go the conditioning and all belief, to open up all your possibility. There is absolutely nothing to do. So here are a few tools for you to pick from, that you can rely on to come back to you, to recenter yourself, to be your true self, to be healthy, and to create the life you desire above all expectation and conditioning of society. So if you are ready to discover your true nature, to identify your emotional blockages and find a new framework in your life. I'm here to help you with practical solution always. So feel free to connect with me. It will be a pleasure. That's it for today. I'm really happy to be back. I hope you enjoy this episode. I really do enjoy it. And if you like it, I will ask you to share it or to comment it or to like it. It supports my work. And of course, you can find this episode on all the podcast platform and on my YouTube channel. Thanks for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.